It's great. I couldn't have done this thing if I hadn't moved it. Because we built a drum. And not almost. Nice guy. But yeah, like the thing is, just came out. My neighbor says the same thing. Oh, yeah. It's better. That's good. It's a degenerative thing that happens insurance for years. Genetic. Yeah, insurance now. It's just, yeah, it's one of those kind of things. But he's maintaining that really. He still gets around. So just it's exactly is. Just keeping up as best we can. You always get. Mm-hmm. You should do what that's so You're kidding me. Did he call anybody?
He said he took it off to be here. Last time I talked to him, it was just the other day.
He said he wasn't what?
He's gonna be here.
Okay. Good. Yes, I was wondering, should I watch for tonight since I haven't done anything, since I haven't been through either. We all walk into this place. Yes, Bob, I was the most clueless person. Yeah. Yes. You'll just have to correct me, I'm sure. Because if I had to sit in this chair. It's the weather, and it'll last until winter. Change, yes. That's how the seasons work. You have the temperature up, and then you have the temperature go gradually down. And the sun comes up early, and then the sun doesn't come up until 8 o'clock. Yes, me too. My bones, my bones.
Well, it's 6 o'clock. We probably ought to go ahead and get started. I know our last year's chairman is not here this evening. So I believe, Mary Ann, you were our vice chairman?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, if you want to go ahead and take over the meeting, I guess the first thing on the agenda is roll call.
Destin Miller. Marilyn Siderwick. Marianne Shell.
Here.
Janet Lowe.
Here.
Kara Meadows.
Here.
Dale Coffey.
Here.
Bob Strader.
Present.
Troy Swan. Mac Dunn.
Here.
Kenny Costin.
Here.
And Lisa Hollick.
Okay, now it's new business.
No, now you have to appoint officer.
What positions are available?
All three of them.
Yes, Kenny.
It came to my attention that I still need to swear in your newest member. So let's do
Absolutely.
that real quick before you get started on your election.
Awesome.
So if you go over here. Well, I need your stuff. There you go. If you raise your right hand, place your right hand on the Bible, repeat after me. I state your full name.
I, Kara Meadows,
Do hereby swear
do hereby swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Indiana,
the Constitution of the State of Indiana,
and the ordinances, policies, and resolutions
and the ordinances, policies, and resolutions
of the City of Martinsville,
of the City of Martinsville,
and that I will faithfully and impartially uphold
and that I will faithfully and impartially uphold
and discharge my duties and responsibilities
and discharge my duties and responsibilities
with the Board of Zoning Appeals
with the Board of Zoning and Appeals
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
according to law.
according to law,
So help me God.
so help me God.
Thank you very much.
So we need to have a chairman.
Yeah, so we need to go ahead and appoint officers at this time for this, the remainder of this year. So the first one up would be a chairman. Need to entertain any motions for chairman.
Can we entertain any motions for the chairman, please? Anybody like to be chairman? Can we have Destin, even though he's not here?
You can elect him, yes. You can nominate him and see if you get a second, and
Sure.
see if anybody else would like to throw their name in.
Okay. I would like to nominate Destin for chairman tonight. Do I have a second? No.
I will second that.
Okay. Thank you, Janet. And we have the assistant chairman.
Let's go ahead, first of all, let's go ahead and vote on, see if there's anybody else, any other nominations for chairman.
Any other nominations for chairman?
Then you need to go ahead and vote on your motion.
Okay, thank you, Dale. All in favor, say aye for Desmond to be chairman again.
Aye.
All opposed? It'll be Desmond. Okay, we have the assistant chairman up for bid, and that's who I am today. I know, right? Any nominations? I wonder if Julie would like it.
Julie's not here anymore.
Oh, she's not?
No.
Oh, duh, just got her name in my head. I will nominate myself since nobody else is standing up on it. Does anybody oppose? Any ayes? What do we do now?
So, do we have a second to Mary Ann being chair, vice chair?
Was there a second?
I'll second.
Okay.
Awesome. And recorder?
So, well, let's go ahead and vote on that. So all
Oh.
in favor of Mary Ann being vice chair, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, so Mary Ann's your vice chair. The only other position we need is secretary.
Okay. And is Marilyn still up for grabs on that?
She is.
I think she does a heck of a job. So I'm going to nominate Marilyn Seidwitz for secretary. All four, Marilyn being the secretary, say aye. Or can I have a second on Marilyn? Second on Marilyn, anybody?
Is there any other nominations for secretary?
Any other nominations?
All right, well, the way this works is, if there's if there's not a second to a motion, then the motion can't carry. If there's no other nominations, then the rules say that whoever was secretary will continue on until the replacement is elected. Okay?
Okay. Excellent rules.
So,
Okay.
sounds like Marilyn's gonna be your secretary.
Yes.
Okay.
So then.
Now you got your minutes from last meeting, which was last July. You gotta entertain a motion to approve the minutes.
Okay. We have the minutes from the last meeting, which was July the 22nd. Do we have a motion to approve the minutes?
Move we accept the minutes as written.
Thank you.
Get a second.
And do I get
You're
a
gonna
second?
have to second, because our new member wasn't here.
Okay, I will second it then.
Now you just need to vote on it.
Now we do the new business.
So
is that
just go
correct?
ahead and take a vote on, you got a first and a second on the presentation of minutes. You just need to vote on that motion. All in favor?
All in favor of accepting the last meeting's notes as, say aye. All opposed?
Anybody move in your docket?
Okay. Tonight we have the new business. It's docket number BZA number 26003, Development Standards Variance for the East Side Setback, Form 6 feet to 0, address 500 East Columbus Street, legal description S4 T11 R1 EPT NE 17.17 AC, owner David and Eileen Shumway.
Mr. and Mrs. Shumray present this evening?
We are.
Okay. One of you want to, or actually both of you come on up. I don't know which one of you wants to talk, but you'll need to state your name and your address there at the podium, and then tell the board why you're here and what you're wanting them to do.
Okay. My name is David Shumway. We reside at, and my wife is Eileen. We reside at 500 East Columbus Street, Martinsville, Indiana, 46151. We're here on an appeal to reduce the setback on the east side of our property from existing 5 feet to 0, because we want to build a detached garage, and the approach to that garage is up on the east side of our property. The property's narrow. It's all stated in the application. I don't know how much I should be repeating here or how much I should just give you some more context for it. I did bring a few pictures. I don't have enough for everybody, but that can show and illustrate some of the issues we're dealing with in getting up the side of the house to the back where we can actually pull into a garage, and why we need the garage pulled to that side. There's a conflict with the telephone pole in the back, so we can't come from the alleyway and have the same situation. So there's an existing driveway running up the side, and so all we want to do is put the garage on that side and drive into it. It's in keeping with the existing properties around us. I do have pictures if you want to see them.
I've got a little bit larger print here if you guys would like to see it. I can pass it around.
Thank you.
It's the same thing you got in your package, just a little bit larger scale.
Across the street from us, you can see both of their garages are 0 setbacks as well. In fact, there's 3 garages there. There's 2 that are side by side, share basically a common drive with a curb between the 2. And then the other one is just on the 0 setback. In fact, if you look at the one that has just the single white truck in front of it, that is directly across the street from us. And the house that in that picture that's to the left is actually the next driveway down with the other house beside it. So those 3 homes all have 0 setbacks on those garages. So we're keeping with the neighborhood. We're not looking for anything out of the ordinary. It's just impossible for us to get a garage on that lot and provide the turn radius in and et cetera. If we tried to put it on a side entrance, it just makes it impossible for us to get a decent approach into that garage. So that's why we're here. And we think it's in keeping with the neighborhood, and the reason for it is warranted. Questions?
Any frontage road or space that you're covering?
No, it's literally, the frontage road that we're on is 500, is East Columbus Street.
Oh, okay.
There's an alley behind us, but again, trying to approach from the alley, we're in the same situation because there's a telephone pole there. So we'd still have to pull the garage over to that side setback to be able to get it to fit within that area and be able to pull into it. And even then, pulling it far enough forward into the property so that we could actually make the turn in from the alley and get into that, because we couldn't push it back to the alley. There's not enough of a turn radius to get into the doorway. So again, we've pushed it back, and the driveway's existing already. In fact, it's one of the few driveways on that block. And so it just drives straight in. And we don't have to make any turn. It's straight in, straight out. Yeah, I do have pictures of the house itself, and you can see. It's our driveway, and my vehicle parked in the grass area where the garage would be. You can see the telephone pole in the distance behind it, so again, you can see it doesn't help us to move it over because the telephone pole's in the way. And so we just think it makes sense. It's an undue hardship for us to try to have a garage there any other way, so that's why we're here. Any other questions?
Any questions?
Your packet should have the site plan, so you can see the actual area we're covering, et cetera, if you've got that in front of you. And I believe there was an elevation of what we're proposing to actually build there as well, so you'd see what we're doing with the house, et cetera. Just to give you a little context, we bought the house as a fixer-upper, if you will, thinking that we were going to live in it temporarily while we built in Foxcliff, and decided that we really loved being where we are, and so we sold our lots in Foxcliff and have renovated the house as a permanent residence for us now, but we really want a garage.
Especially with the winter the way it was,
Yeah,
yes.
exactly. And it won't house, there's not enough space for a two-car garage on the lot, so we've gone with one, so we'll have to have my vehicle. Everyone's will be in the garage. Any other questions?
I drove by there yesterday, Columbus, alleyway, everything. Yeah, I totally understand what the situation is.
Well, thank you. And just so you know, our neighbors are very supportive as well. We've talked to all of them, and they have no issue with us putting it there, in particular the home on our east side. And they've been very supportive of it as well. In fact, we did bury the power lines to their property as well as our property in preparation in case we could get this variance through, so.
Is there anybody in the audience that would like to speak for or against this proposal?
Oh, come on, you can speak for.
All right. As the board knows, in order to approve the variance, you have to find that three specific findings of fact are present. The applicant has presented their proposed findings of fact. It's also in your packet there this evening. Number one, that the approval will not be injurious to public health, safety, morals, and general welfare of the community for the following reasons. The applicant proposes the finding be that this site setback is located where it does not intersect or interfere with any public right-of-way or driveway. There are no existing public utility easements or overhead lines located in the setback that would be impacted by this placement. There will also be no negative impact upon the living conditions or environment within the community. Number two, the use and value of the area adjacent to the property included in the variance will not be affected in a substantially adverse manner for the reasons that properties on the same block have similar 0-foot setbacks for detached garages, making this consistent with the neighborhood character. Water runoff from the proposed structure will be managed via an engineered gutter system directing water onto the applicant's property and with no increased runoff into an adjacent lot. And finally, three, the strict application of the terms of the zoning ordinance will result in practical difficulties in the use of the property. And the applicant suggests that the parcel is 15 foot narrower or 50 feet than the current zoning ordinance minimum lot width, which is 65 feet. Additionally, the primary structure, which was constructed in 1904, is sited on the lot with side yards on either side less than 11 feet in width. The combination of these two conditions, a narrow lot and a primary structure obstructing other approach options makes it impractical to place a single-car garage on the property that can align with and allow a navigable driveway for the approach and the entry upon it. So those are the findings of fact the applicant wishes you to entertain. And if you, at this point, any motion would need to include that you are adopting or making your own findings of fact with this, if you're going to make a motion to approve. Okay?
Okay. Can I do that motion?
You can do the motion if you like. It's normally better if someone other than the chair makes the initial motion, but if you don't have anybody to do that, you can do that. Okay? Yep.
I move that we accept the proposal.
I second it.
Take a vote, all in favor?
All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The next meeting is scheduled for April the 28th, the Tuesday at 6 p.m. right here. I believe it's adjourned.
Yep, we can adjourn.
Meeting adjourned.
Oh, no problem. No problem.